Donald Trump is going to have to do it again. He's going to have to bail out farmers because of the very tariffs that he put in place. Now, last week, Donald Trump openly admitted what we've all known for a very long time. His trade war is crushing American farmers. Corn and soybean prices are down. Costs for fertilizer and equipment are up. Markets like China, which used to buy 60% of South Dakota's soybeans, are now shut off. And so in comes John Thune, senator from South Dakota, and he goes, we are looking at solutions. And if you read between the lines, we all know the solution will be Trump giving taxpayer money to farmers to try to fix the problem he created with the tariffs. Who could have predicted it? Who could have predicted it?
Why should American taxpayers bail out farmers who are hurting because of the president's tariff policies?
Well, look, I think that the farmers, and I represent a lot of them, and they want nothing more than open markets. There are markets.
And nothing says open markets like tariffs and then bailouts to fix the problem the tariffs caused.
Right now that aren't open to some of our commodities. As a consequence of that, we've got a big harvest coming in here in South Dakota, corn and soybeans, and no place to go with it.
Now, I'm so sorry to interrupt again. When he says we've got markets that are not open to us, why aren't they open? They're not open because of the blanket tariffs that Trump put in place, the guy he supports.
So what the president has said is, I'm going to support and I'm going to help our farmers. And so we are looking at, I'm a member of the Senate Ag Committee, have been for some time, and we're looking at potential solutions to make sure that we can help support farmers until some of those markets come back. I think part of it is that the president's trying to achieve with his trade policy reciprocity with countries that have been taking advantage of us for a long time. And I think most of us support that. I think a lot of our farmers support that. They are anxious. They want to see markets opened up. And so when I speak to the president and his team about this, I always reiterate the importance of keeping agriculture front and center when you're negotiating trade deals. But at the end of the day, our farmers are probably going to need some financial assistance this year, and a lot of the revenue coming in off the tariffs is what they would use to provide that.
There you go. There you go. Look at, so what he's essentially trying to argue here, understand the insanity of this. Trump's tariffs, which are a tax on Americans, have hurt farmers so badly that now we are going to have to use some of the tariff money paid ultimately by working class people whose cost of stuff has gone up. We're going to have to bail people out with that very tariff money. And by the way, this was completely predictable since it happened during the first term with farmers as well. Use tariff revenue to bail farmers out because the tariffs are hurting them. In other words, you break it, and then you have the taxpayers who are paying the tariffs try to fix it. And Democrats, of course, are pointing to the obvious in this case, which is the simplest solution is drop the tariffs. That would mean, of course, admitting that the entire strategy was a failure. So instead, Donald Trump is saying we're going to have temporary pain. It's going to be a little difficult for a while, but over the long term, it's going to be great. The farmers are going, we're just sitting on our product here. We're sitting on our harvest. And so maybe on a rally stage, it sounds good. It'll be a little difficult, but we're going to win, win, win. But farmers are paying higher prices for the things they need as inputs. Tariffs are passed on to consumers. And then now all of a sudden, you have Republicans admitting the tariffs are having consequences. He's still saying it's good. He's still saying he supports Trump, but he's saying temporarily the tariffs are a problem here. Now, are they going to be able to spin this as a plan to rebuild the middle class? Because it seems really difficult to make that case. And I don't even know that there's really any strategy here. I don't think that this was, okay, we're going to put the tariffs in place. The farmers will get crushed. We'll give the tariff money to the farmers. I don't think that they thought about that, because if they had, they would have gone, wait a second, this is circular. Why are we doing this to begin with? I believe that this is damage control from the inevitable and to us predictable damage that this tariff policy is doing. And every Trump policy kind of circles back to the same point, which is Trump says, here are the people I'm going to champion. These are the most important people. And then all of a sudden he goes, I've got to figure out how to take from somebody else to help these people because they're actually getting completely and totally crushed. So I expect that most Republican senators in the House, it'll be different. It already has been different. I expect most Republican senators are going to continue arguing that this policy is great big picture. And the funniest and most pathetic thing about it is they say they're all about the free market. Tariffs are not free market. Bailouts are not free market. None of it is free market. But they claim that at some point we're going to get to that free market thanks to what they're doing. It's pathetic.